Hey guys, it's Steph from Hot and Moving. So, is it a little too early to start praising Bronny James, or should we still kind of be skeptical? Man, I got to carry Bronny James. Okay, so this is back-to-back games where he's had double-figure points, looked pretty good. Okay, the game on Saturday against the Pelicans, Bronny James had 14 points. I had 5 of 11 from the field and just 1 for 5 from three. I think he needs to work on his 3-point percentage. Obviously, if he's going to be that 3-and-D kind of guy, he can't be going 1 for 5 from three. At minimum, you got to be going 2 for 5 from three. If you're gonna be shooting threes like that, and wanting to, be a rotational guy. Now, to Bronny James' credit, he has mentioned that he has to focus on defense, and he'll have to, as he develops his offense, knowing that in order to get on the court, he's gonna have to be a defensive guy. Okay, his defense isn't bad. All right, he does have a lot of hustle out there, and you just got to keep in mind that this is a kid that, as much as we do criticize Bronny James' game, as much as I criticize Bronny James' game, I'm cognizant of the fact that this young man did have a heart issue. Okay, the heart attack right before his freshman year. Okay, so I know it can be fun playing around. I joke around too, but in all seriousness, it is good to see his development and just see him out there on the court and seeing that his energy is up there, and he does show effort, right? Like, I know the scoring, all that stuff, it's easy to rip on him, and it is funny at times, but in all seriousness, I do see development. I see him just a little more way more active defensively, just a slight more. Seems like he has like a quicker first step, and his ball handling looks a lot better than it did last year. Okay, not that his ball handling was bad, but it looked pretty good. Okay, so that's where I'm at with Bronny James, and the good news is that he followed up that second game against the Clippers the other day, having 17 points. Okay, really impressive. Okay, he had 17 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists in 24 minutes of playtime. Okay, and he was 6 for 10 from the field, 3 of 5 from three, and that's good. That's good. I'm happy to see Bronny James kind of put something together as this NBA Summer League will be ending in a bit, as they have a few more games. They have like maybe 3-4 games or whatever. Okay, I think it's important for Bronny James to show some real improvement. First part of Summer League, it was okay. All right, the game against Cooper Flag, he struggled late in that middle and late in that game after going to a hot start. So I know the spotlight is big on Bronny James, and you always want to wish him the best. Because of just who his dad is, and he didn't ask to be here, but he got drafted. Or when I say be here, I mean, like, he didn't get to pick who his parents are, right? So, and there was questions obviously about him getting drafted, and did he really deserve to be a draftee as opposed to just, a walk on somewhere, attending one of these teams' camps, and let him go through the grind. But that wasn't the case. So, unfair or not, the expedited path, people are monitoring that to see how quickly he can grow and play. Not to compare him to his dad, but there was a lot of hype around you and everything like that to a certain extent because of your dad and what your dad has said, that that you could play in the league. He's better than these guys. He said, like, LeBron James said that. Guy talking about guys in the NBA. I'm like, wow, okay, he must really believe his son is going to be that dude. And out the gate, no. Not that hasn't been the case, all right, but he is developing. Okay, then last season during the G League games, in between being in the lineup here and there, he has some good games. Okay, and you would hoping that those G League games during the season would translate into Summer League, and early on it didn't, but now it's looking good. Okay, is Bronny James' issue now going to be consistent? Is this the Summer League game where he can get confidence, right? Because if you watch the highlights. It seemed like he was adding a lot of things to his bag: the step back, his dribble drives, some of the step back threes, shooting with confidence. He looked like a solid pro basketball player in Summer League. That's what he looked like. He looked like a guy in that 17-point game, and in 24 minutes, he looked like a guy that can come in and contribute, 6 or 7 minutes a game, maybe 10. Right, legit contribute, and then maybe you grow that depending on when the team needs you in the game and how you've been earlier. You know what I'm saying? So there is a path forward for Bronny James. I think this is just a positive video. Okay, it's easy to just continue to pile on and stuff like that, but just everything that he's been through, and the spotlight on him and how he's conducted himself and answered questions. Bronny James never got combative in the media. He never, engage in the back and forth, with the criticism and everything like that. Okay, I didn't think it was a good look when LeBron James though did talk to Stephen A, try to check him on the sideline. I think that wasn't a good look, because obviously we knew that obviously LeBron James was defending Bronny James, but Bronny James didn't need no defense, especially from Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith talk about like that to everybody. Okay, that's what he gets paid for. That's what he does. He's a TV guy. It comes with the territory as a basketball player. Okay, if you felt he took the comments as insulting you as a parent to this high degree, I mean I mean, whether I agree with that, people really didn't agree with what Stephen had to say, but that's what he does on TV. He didn't insult you and a parent as if you are a bad parent. You know what I'm saying? I think rational minded people can understand that. So it was all this drama, all that drama that was unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying LeBron James didn't have a right to be mad. I just think that he just the focus kind of went off of his son. But also people were like, well, you're only coming at him because of your son, and it just made it seem like Bronny can't stick up for himself or let his play develop where he can stick up for himself, right? But good progress overall. Looking forward to seeing what he does for the rest of his NBA Summer League and preseason, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.